Hi everyone, welcome to Stitch by Stitch podcast. My name is Brenda and I'm coming to you from Southeast Texas. I live with my husband of 31 years and we have two beautiful grown daughters. Welcome to episode 3. I have so much to share with you this episode. I have embroidery, I have a very new cast on where I'm learning to read charts, I have finished objects, I have crochet, and I have new cast-ons. So yeah, it's going to be a fun episode. If you have something warm to drink, something to work on, grab those now and we'll get started. Okay, so let's talk about the things that I have finished, all stitched together. I have this beautiful pair of Shorty socks. I was working on them last time. This yarn is by Night Owl Fibers and it is called Saltwater Taffy. Doesn't that just remind you of a piece of saltwater taffy in each color? Boysenberry, chocolate, strawberry, banana, spearmint, blueberry, peach. I love candy. I decided, okay, so let me tell you about this pair of socks. I decided to do 10 rows of ribbing, 10 rows for the foot. And I decided to use an Afterthought heel because I did not know how much yarn I was going to need for the foot, and I wanted to change it up and try something different. So I always put lifelines in where I'm going to cut that middle row. And I use the Kirby Wirby tutorial on YouTube. I don't know if it's still up, but that's the one I learned how to do it, and that's the one I always use. I continued knitting my foot. I used a rounded umbrella toe. I call it rounded toe. Some people call it umbrella toe. And then I went in and I put in my Afterthought heel in the cream color. And I absolutely love these. The fit is good. I like the fit. Not as well as my heel flap and gusset, but I do love this pair of socks and the heel. So that's item number 1 that is off of my needles. And I think I knit the second one. The first one I think I was probably about right here. Maybe I had it finished. I can't remember. But the second one took me maybe 2.5 days to do. I just zoomed right through it. I was so motivated to get them done, and I love them. It's been a while since I've used Night Owl Fibers yarn, and I have to tell you the base that she used for her dyeing, she no longer dyes, but the yarn that she used is just such a lovely plump 4-ply base, and it is just a delight to work with. The second pair of finished socks I have is this Opal, and this was mixed tape, and I did something different with this one. Again, trying new things. 10 rounds of ribbing for the cuff, 10 rounds for the leg, which is what I like for my Shorty socks. I did, I knew I'm going to blank on this again, shadow wrap heel. I did the shadow wrap heel, and then I continued on. And I love the way this yarn, I got them almost perfectly matching. Can you see? Except for this sock, it did something a little different right here. It had a purple and a pinky right next to each other where here it didn't. But I've never had an Opal that has done this before where it's actual like stripes and then these little dashes in between. I think it is so clever and so cute. I'm not as happy with this pair of socks. And the reason being is I get these little holes when I'm doing my shadow wrap heel, and it pulls a lot right here. So it's not as comfortable a fit as, say, an Afterthought heel or my heel flap and gusset. So the next pair that I'm going to knit I will definitely go back to my heel flap and gusset because I haven't memorized. It's just muscle memory for me, and it's so easy to do. Whoops, my bags are falling on the floor. Oh well. So this is pair number 2 finished. I will wear these good hardy sock yarn. Opal guarantees 10 years for their sock yarn. So for the value of what you pay, I never pay over $16 for a ball of Opal. I always wait until someone has it on sale, and that's when I purchase. So if you're seeing prices in the $20, I pass. I wait because I know it's going to go on sale. So this is pair number 2. Would I do another shadow wrap heel? Probably not. It's easy, it's fun to do, but I would have to make some modifications to make sure that this would fit up here and fit my instep. And I'm just not, I guess, willing to do that at this point in my knitting. I think that go with what works for you and what you're most comfortable with. But it was fun to try out 2 different techniques and get 2 pairs of socks ready to wear. Let's talk about what I have been working on. I am going to start with crochet because I only have one thing that I'm crocheting. I am using, let me pull it out carefully because I just shoved it in here, a 4.5 millimeter hook. And I love these hooks from Hobby Lobby because it goes close up to the tip. And I'm one of those that holds my, like this, when I tiny, but it's this one. It's got the little neps in it and it looks natural. And I think it's really pretty. Sorry. So this was a good value. My mother would always make these hot pot pads, and she would start by chaining and then joining the round. And so I'm at the point with this one, let me put my hook down, where I'm ready to show you how I fold it, fold this tube, just a straight tube, into a square. Okay, ready? See if you can do it here. So you just take the top corner and you fold. And you have a square or a rectangle, depending on how many that you have cast on. Now I'm going to take this yarn, cut it, and I'm going to seam this side, and you flip it over. You cut another piece of yarn, that's my tail, and you seam this side. And you have the most sturdy, wonderful hot pot pad to use. These are thick, very durable. The ones I have are looking so grungy and so dirty. One has even been on the burner and it has burned a little. Not good, but I need some new ones, and this will go in my kitchen. My kitchen is mostly tans, blacks, and whites, and I have dark cabinets, so this will look very nice on it. So my daughter told me, she said, Mom, I like them when they're bigger, and I said, I'll do another one like this, where I chain 65, join in the round. And you have to be really careful when you join these in the round because you don't want to twist your join. But once you join it, you just single crochet all the way around until you have your tube, and you can fold it to make a square. So that's my crocheting. I will do another one 65, and then I have so much yarn. I will probably make another set or bigger ones where I chain like 75. But this has been a super simple, fast, easy project to use, and they are the most useful things in my kitchen. Okay, our weather has been so gorgeous. It's just been, I've been outside every day working on something, whether it's knitting a sock or embroidery, which I'm going to talk about next. I have a set of tea towels that I have been embroidering for I don't know how long, and I really, really want to get them finished. So this week I finished Cilantro. And it's all herbs. I just think that this really turned out good. Little terracotta pot, growing the cilantro. And I'll show you the other ones that I have already done. There's 10 in the set, and I have 5 done. So here's the other one, another one, bay leaf. And I looked up online what color each of the little flowers would be for each of the herbs. And this one said little off-white flowers for bay leaf. And I have oregano with the little pinky purple flowers. I think that one's so cute. And I found that natural light or an aught light works best for me so I can see where I'm stitching. I like to do nice tiny stitches. This one is rosemary. And I did this one a different color in the words because I just thought rosemary, it needed to be rose. But all the others will be a blue, royal blue for the herb. It might look odd in the set, but it's fine. And this one also has the little off-white flowers for rosemary, which I don't think I've ever seen a rosemary plant bloom. I've just always used the rosemary in my cooking. And basil, which is just a nice green with the blue. Very lovely. Okay, so here is the pouch that I use. And I did embroider these onto this pouch. It is just a zipper pouch I got at Hobby Lobby, a nice thick canvas pouch. And I carry everything I need in here. Whoops! Wanted to come out with it. Here's my 6-inch hoop. And I carry my project in it. I have a little note with all of the colorways on it. I think this next one, yes, the next one will be thyme. And it's in a bucket. Isn't that adorable? I will need to find my gray. And then I have chives, mint, sage, and cumin to do. And I keep my little magnet for my needles so I don't lose my needle when I'm working on it. I have a little tin with extra needles that's magnetic. And then I just keep all my flosses in here. Making this pouch was a pain. Literally a pain because I had to push the needle through the canvas. I used stick-ons that I had gotten from somewhere on Etsy, and I just put them on wherever I thought I would like a flower, and it was hard to get the needle through the canvas, and it was very sticky because of those stickers. So I don't know if I'm a fan of those. I prefer iron-on, to be very honest. I had to throw that needle when I got done with it, but I absolutely love this pouch to keep my project in. It's easy to just throw in a bag and be able to just go and take it with me if I'm going to be sitting somewhere and I want to work on it. I have a little needle in here, or not needle, scissors. I love this scissor. It's very sharp. So everything I need to do this and work on this is in this pouch. So the next one I'm going to work on is thyme. And then I will have 4 to do after that. And I'm really excited to have these done. I would like to gift them to somebody for Christmas. I'm not going to say who because I'm not sure if she watches this podcast or not. And I want to add maybe some of those hot pot pads to it and some washcloths. So I know that I'm setting a timeline for myself to get them done before Christmas, but I think I can do it. Okay, let's move into knitting. This past 2 weeks has been a challenge for me because I have a very new cast on. I am doing the Sideline wrap. And it's a wrap that you can put around your head or around your neck. And I'm so excited about this because I'm housing it in this bag from Bakery Bears, which she did make bags. It's this most adorable little zipper pull. I am using for the very first time Spincycle yarns. I have never purchased it before or used it, but this is Mississippi Marsala. Here's Spincycle yarns. And I'm going to cover up the price because it is pricey. That's why I have never bought it before. But when I went to Modern Skein, my local yarn store in Conroe, Texas, I saw this lady who works there working on the Sideline wrap, and I thought, that is really cute. And I have hearing aids, so wearing a stocking hat is hard for me because it muffles the sound and then I don't hear as well. Where this, I can just wrap around my ears and keep my ears warm, which is pretty much all I need down here in Texas. And then I paired it with this really dark blue, and this is more like a single ply, and it is really grippy. And this is Kellebourne Woolens Cricket. And this one was much more affordable, and the color is just navy. So Mississippi Marsala and navy. And this is where I have problems. It is all charted. I am not a chart reader. I would rather have instructions. But because you are constantly working with two colors at the same time, it's all charted. And there is no way for me to sit down and write it out because it was main color 1 stitch, contrast color this many stitches. It would have taken me too long to do that. So I thought, you know what? I'm going back to the store. And it took me about 10 tries to get this buttonhole looking neat and nice. But you put it through a button. There's the buttonhole. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And let me flip this to back. This is what I have so far. I am through chart 1 and I am onto chart 2. So you've got your Spincycle or your contrast color in between, and then your main color with slip stitches and knit stitches. And then so it's like a checkerboard. And the shape of it is you start out as with the little tiny tab, you go out and then you go up straight and then you taper off to the other end. And it is so cute. So this one, I can see where I have to concentrate and have quiet to do it. I am using a US 3.25 millimeter. I'm so unorganized today. I should have written out show notes, but I didn't take the time. A 16-inch US 3.25 millimeter needle. Or you could use straights if you prefer to do that. The main problem I had with reading the charts is that the colors on the chart are red and blue. What colors do I have? I have blue and I have this, which is going to be oranges and rusts. The chart, this is red and this is blue. So it's opposite of what yarn I have. So it really is a brain teaser for me. And not being able to read charts to begin with made it challenging for me. So I just got in the car one day and went over to Modern Skein and I said, can you please help me read charts? So they taught me how to do it, and I sat down and I worked on it for a little while and then I came home and worked on it some more. So I feel confident. I am using Knit Companion, which I've never done before, and I really enjoy that. It is easy for me to highlight the row that I'm working on and then just move it up. And if I have to tink back, I can easily tink back because I can move the bar down, undo all those stitches, move the highlighter down again, undo all those stitches, and then rework back up to where I was. So this is going to be a fun project to work on. I am working on the Skyline Tee by Tori Yu and 4th size, and I am using beautiful Kellebourne woolen yarn in the camper, and it is called Sky Heather. This is how much I have left of my one ball. I think this is my 3rd ball, I believe. And then I'm just going to spit splice the 4th one onto it. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 more skeins left. I may or may not have extra, I don't know. I probably will have an extra skein. But let's see. I was all the way down here where this little pretty stitch marker is, and I've made probably about an inch progress since I last showed it. So here it is. This is a slog. it takes forever to get through a row, and I'm constantly having to get up and do things, and so I hate putting it down mid-row, but I do. And yeah, this one is going to be a progress of love. It's going to take me however long it takes me. I'm not going to pressure myself to get it done by a certain time, but I am going to enjoy it. I know that it's going to block out beautifully because I blocked my shoulder panels, and it softens up so beautiful. And this is a relatively affordable yarn, even for a sweater size. So and you can see too, the stitch definition from blocked to unblocked goes it just blossoms. Finished one pair of Opal socks. I decided to start another pair of socks that was in the Opal or active yarn. I like using those hardy yarns, and I saw one that was in my cabinet here that I just really, really liked, and here it is in the cake. Isn't that fun? It reminded me of like Halloween candy wrappers, just fun colors. And then as I start to knit it, I'm like, this really isn't Halloweeny, it's just happy and cheerful. But this is a Mielenweit. I don't know if I said that correctly. I'm very sorry, my German is very rusty. And mit aloe vera, that means with aloe vera. And I have never used a skein of yarn that has the aloe vera in it, but it is really lovely to work with. So again, I am using a US 1 2.25 millimeter needle, and I have 10 rows for the cuff, and this is where I just finished the 10 rounds for my leg, first 10 rounds for my leg. I have to decide with this one if I want to go to 30 or 40 for the leg, and then put in my heel flap and gusset. I'm just going to use the same yarn. I'm not going to do a contrast. I really like the way this is turning out. It's fun. This one is being housed in my bag from Delightful Works. I love her bags so much. This one just brings me so much joy. I have not gotten out any Halloween or pumpkin fall themed bags because I got this in the mail, and then this one. They're autonomous to me, and they're bringing me joy right now. So anyway, this is housing a brand new design. I'll talk about the yarn first. I dyed this myself, and I just went out one night into the garage and got in my daughter's dye studio. Shh, don't tell her. And decided to play with some of her dyes and a skein of yarn. And this is what I came up with. It is showing up more orange than it is. It's more of like a cherry red. And this is where I'm at. You can't really tell much about it. Here's my, I'll show you. You can't tell much about it, but it is, I did 15 rounds for the cuff, and now I'm starting on the leg. And I'm doing a 64 stitch count, US 1s, 2.25 millimeter. The reason I have these in here, this is what I usually use to mark for my Afterthought heels. I'm using it as a lifeline because I wasn't sure if the pattern was going to work or if I was going to like it. And so then I can just rip back and try a different pattern if I don't like that. And I've got a lifeline in here so I don't have to redo the cuff all over again. That's my design process. I have no idea how long it'll take me to work these up. I will try to do a 56 and 72 count also with the 56 when I send it to my tech editor, whom I need to contact because it's been about a year since I've designed. And if you didn't know, I do have an Etsy store, which is listed in the description box below with all the show notes. I have, I think, 5 patterns on there. So you can go have a look if there's something that interests you. Please purchase. I would love to have you knit one of my patterns. But yeah, I have some creative energy, which I haven't had for quite a while. And it's just been really fun to cast on something new and give it a whirl. Yarn that I dyed myself and in a bag that I love. And it's just fun. So look for those coming soon. I have just a couple things to show you. These are my latest Opal acquisitions. This one is called Sunrise, and it is going to turn out like this. There's a glare there, sorry. And it is number 9444. I think these will be socks for my husband. He really liked this color. And then this one is from their 20-year jamboree. It's a Reginwald and it's like a macaw. And this is 1206. And this one is going to do something fun. It's going to be more like a variegated yarn. So I think that'll be really pretty and fun to do. So I need to find room. Oh, I have one more to show. Sorry, forgot about it. I ordered from Hobby, I don't know how you say that, a Christmas Jolly sock wool. And this one, they don't have a picture of it on here, how it will knit up, but I think this will be a fun Christmas one to do. I have quite a collection of Christmas yarn, and I just need to start on Advent, which is November 30th this year. That's the first Sunday of Advent. And I usually do Advent socks. Mickey and Marie. I'll show you their card. And when I saw this just screamed autumn to me. And I grew up in South Dakota, and I miss so much real autumn. I miss the colors of the leaves changing to bright, vibrant yellows and reds and oranges. But this to me screamed pumpkin patch. Isn't that beautiful? And it came with a contrast mini. It was very reasonable, even with the mini. It was a reasonable price. And I thought, I'm going to treat myself to this sock set. And then I decided to design with red, which reminds me of the red leaves you get in the fall, especially sumac trees or bushes. They become really vibrant red in the fall. So I guess I am knitting with some fall colors, but yeah, I really liked this one. And that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for all of you who have subscribed. You have just blessed me. I feel so incredibly blessed. Excuse me. Hi, Abby. This is my daughter's dog. This is Abby. She's a miniature poodle who is going to be 13 at the end of December. And she always wants to be in the on camera. But yes, thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed. It has been such a joy to see all of your comments. I have so enjoyed commenting back to you and getting to know some of you more on Instagram and through the comments. I feel so grateful and so blessed to have this community and to be part of your life and have you spend a little time with me crafting. Thank you so much, and spread the word. I hope to continue to grow this community and make it something special that everybody can enjoy. So until 2 weeks from now, we'll see you soon. Bye.